Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you all are doing good. First of all, please accept my sincere apologies for this delay in publishing the 19th episode of our series Parenting One Step at a Time. I wasn't keeping well and my voice was not in a state of recording. But now I am pretty much back to normal, so let's get started. In the previous episode, we discussed about tradition and culture. When kids are growing up in two different cultures, why parents need to teach their kids to respect both cultures. Sharing happiness through these occasions is very fulfilling. These are the times when we want to live those moments to its fullest and just forget about everything. As a parent, there are few pleasures which are greater than your child succeeding at school. But the fact is, academics always remains one of the concerned areas for every parent, and especially the first timers. We often talk about child anxiety. We talked about it in one of the episodes. We discussed about the new parent anxiety. Feel free to check those episodes out. But sometimes parents of a school-going kid also experience some kind of anxiety. And that worry is more about thinking if my child is performing well in studies, if my child is lacking behind, or if my child is up to the mark in studies. For today's episode, I decided to discuss this topic because I have seen parents get concerned about their child when their child starts school year and if they are maintaining the grades or not. Since we all sail in the same boat, on and off, so why not? I should talk about how I deal with such roller coasters. Well, I am not a master in this field, but again, as I always say, parenting is a journey. We meet new people, we get to know their experiences, we learn from their experiences, and we all want the best for our children. So, before we start, let me introduce myself to all the first-time listeners. I'm Alpana Dev. I'm your host. I'm a published author of A Girl in the New Town, a freelance content creator, a blogger at mothersgurukul.com, and a mother of two lovely kids who are my greatest source of inspiration for all my parenting posts, articles, and now podcast. Welcome to Mothers Gurukul podcast. Maintaining grades. Doing well in studies, handling the pressure. This worry often comes and goes when we talk to other parent and when other parent tells about their kid's progress, their marks, their achievements or the other classes the kid is going and the benefits the kid is acquiring from those classes. A few days ago, I had the same kind of a conversation with one of my very good friends. She was asking me as a parent-to-parent talk that how do I deal with those situations when I have the same dilemma and I don't know how to handle it? Or do all those questions stress me? Or do I get stressed out when I listen to other parents talking about their kids' progress and achievements and milestones? Do I think, oh my God, my child is not according to what their child is doing? So how do I deal with all this? Let me tell you my answer to this. First of all, I firmly believe in the notion of do not compare your child with another child. That's the first thing I believe in and I follow. I believe that every child is gifted and unique with some special set of qualities, grasping power, pluses and minuses. It is always good to guide them and to nurture their positive points and encourage them to work on their minuses. But comparing them with others, we are not respecting their plus points or their true being. And in that rat race of comparing, we tend to overlook their qualities that are shaping our child's personality. So stop comparing your child with any other child. It's okay to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. When we are comparing our child to some other kid, we are making a mistake, isn't it? And somewhere that comparison is affecting our child. It is reflecting through our behavior and through our talks. If we have that notion in our mind, that how can we pay attention to our child's accomplishment? They learn from mistakes. We get irritated when they make mistakes. Even I get irritated when my kids make silly mistakes. But for them, especially in lower grades, it is not a big deal. But as they grow old, they understand the importance of marks. They understand the importance of hard work. Understanding that there is a limit to our expectations. As a parent, I try to keep myself content towards my expectations from my child. I understand that my child cannot be the master of all trades, because when we burden them with our expectations, they will believe that success is based on perfection, and if they can't accomplish it, which means they are not capable of doing that, soon they might start giving up without trying. Be there for your kid. We often say, we are always there for you, no matter whatever you do. But the truth is, as I discussed in the previous points, that even a slight negativity, or say even a slight rude words which we are using unknowingly, it affects them. If we want to help our children do well in school, we need to encourage rather than pressurize them. By offering encouragement, it means assisting them with schoolwork and discussing different concepts with them. Here, I'm not saying that you should be there sitting next to them when the child is doing the homework. But if the child wants just your presence, you can continue doing your work and the child is finishing up their homework. Well, I know some of you might be thinking that aren't we putting our child in a habit of our presence? I agree. When my daughter was in 3rd grade, until then, I used to sit just, on the same table, do my own work, and she used to do hers. But slowly, I started telling her that I'm right here in the house. I'm here when you need me. So you start on your work, and if you need any help, then call me. So that way she knew that I'm not leaving her alone. See, kids make up their own stories. They make up the stories that from the meaning or from their own interpretation. But we have to assure them that not all those stories what they are making up in their mind are true. And that we can do only from our gestures, from our actions. This expands their horizon and they can do better at school. And last but not the least, take a break. If you feel yourself becoming overwhelmed with worry, anxiety, then take a break. We all need it. There is nothing wrong in that. I remember one of my uncles says, nowadays, parenting has become challenging. There is a lot that a parent has to handle. It is not like before. Kids are becoming independent early. Competition is there, peer pressure is there, and all this, when combined, makes the whole scenario somewhat challenging, and that is very true. I hope you all might have got an idea about how I deal with such a situation. Now let's talk about another important topic, and that is preparing your child for the school year. Once the summer fun is over, it's time for your kid to roll up their sleeves and gear up for the new school year. New class, new teachers, new friends. All this sounds overwhelming. Kids who are starting school for the first time or moving to a new school, they all have to cope up with the big adjustment. But even moving up a grade means facing more academic pressure, more demands, new teacher, and a changing social circle. So how to prepare your child for the new school year? Let's see. Here are the things that I have done for my daughter when she started school and I still do when she has moved to the next grade. First thing first, get them into a routine. Summer is always a relaxing time for everyone. Most kids begin staying up late in summer months. No wonder getting up early following a set pattern seems like a big deal. So it is always good to get back on track a few weeks before the school starts. Keep an eye on the calendar and start moving bedtime a bit earlier every night. Borrow lots of starting school books from the library and read them every day over the summer break, picking out the fun and exciting activities that are going on in each one and using them as starting points for conversation. Most fears are related to not knowing what is going to happen and where things are. I did this when my daughter started preschool. She got a very good image of a school. Also, she used to watch Sid the Science Kid and she had pretty positive image, pretty enjoyable and fun-loving kind of a place that she has pictured, and luckily she found her school just like the same. Let your child assist you in buying school supplies. This puts them in an exciting mode and they look forward to the new school year so that they will get to use those school supplies. Get to know the teacher. This is something that I think can help every parent to prepare their child for the upcoming school year. Encourage your child to say hi or hello to the class teacher. Ask simple questions about the school day and what sort of things your child will be doing in the settling period. Prepare them emotionally. Let your child know that all kids are nervous about the first day of school and it's just okay. Get your kids excited by talking about what they can expect, including snack, playground, reading, computers, singing, art, etc. If you know other children who will be in his or her class or school, be sure to mention their names as well. That he'll get to play with that friend or he will see him every day. Share your own stories about things you loved about your school. Bonding with other kids. Kids are always nervous about their new teacher, but if they know any of the other kids, they will feel more at ease and the transition will become more smoother. Be on time or even little early for pickup during the first week. For the first timers, even 5 minutes delay in pickup means a lot. They will be in tears thinking that mommy or daddy forgot them. Tears are totally fine for that age. Don't be hard on them or on yourself. It is very natural for all ages to have uncharacteristic meltdowns during the first week of school or just before school starts. Eventually, they settle down. Whether you can't wait till your kids are back in school or dread the more regimented days ahead, there is one thing you can count on. Back to school is always a big transition. Before you know it, everyone will be comfortable in their new routine and not even looking back as they race into school. The start of the school season is upon us. With preparation, it can be a smooth one. You don't have to do all this preparation as the kid grows old, but mostly when kids are young, they need more prep talks, demands empathy from you. So listen to their feelings and insecurities, and I'm sure they will be okay and happy. So this was all about parents' anxiety of school-going kids and how you can prepare your child for school year. In the next episode, we will talk about a very important topic about child emotional state, and that is why comparison always backfires. So I hope you enjoyed today's topic, and I will see you soon with this interesting topic, this emotional topic on Mother's Gurukul podcast. Till then, Happy parenting. Stay happy. Stay blessed. Bye bye.